The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Walkway beyond this point is too damaged for me to stand on. Not just an ice problem. Case in point.
That was the walkway on the other side.
Looks like we just have to go through into the middle.
And down we go.
I'm gonna look over the edge and look for any like glowing red eyes or anything.
The Tyrannosaurus storage.
How many?
One set far below is heading over towards where the noise of the crashing thing was.
There's something down there.
There's more robots.
There's at least one.
The glow fades, and you hear another clang.
Closer.
No? It's about the same place.
No way to go from here but down.
Where that thing is.
Okay. This place is nicer. It's got a different type of metal for the flooring. There is a number of active terminals along the wall to the southeast, and another one way over to the west, but you won't be able to see that because of the scale of the room, so never mind. The cutout sections still have those arms dangling down. There's huge big gantries poking up from the floor below with partially built forms in them. One of them looks like a big lizard, half-built lizard thing with Gatling guns and missile rack pods being lowered onto that half. But it's got a layer of dust on it. There's an even bigger thing in the gloomy shape way over there.
Diplodocus one.
I named it Philip!
Well, we found where they keep these things.
What's on the terminals?
I should point out that the stair ramp continues on down right at the point you're on, so you can get off here or just keep going down.
I want to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride.
Well, there's some active terminals here, so...
Let's see what I can get.
Okay.
Was this far enough down to be where you saw the lights from the other robot?
Nope.
No, it goes...
Further down.
I'm guessing we're, what, halfway down?
27.
Well, sadly, the bank of terminals that's just to the southeast is in very, but it looks like there's been a fight. But you are able to get one thing off, you just have to choose what you want.
What are my options?
Map and Gefrigerator.
Which do I need, the map or the Gefrigerator?
The refrigerator could be more important. We can just map this place ourselves by looking around. If
We
need
are
to.
just looking like
Whereas
this.
There's multiple terminals, right?
Hmm?
There's multiple terminals, right?
Very multiple.
So if this one fucks out, he can just move on? Or does he get the impression this will fuck out the whole terminals for this side? Or
He won't know until he tries.
Well, if there was a fight, I'm guessing they're all damaged to a degree from what we can tell, yeah.
No, the
Roll
thing
the
that
dice.
isn't the map.
Roll
Yeah.
the dice and get the...
Alright, I'll go for the Gefrigerator.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so there is a partial log, and it says override schematic. And it says scout return report. Which one do you want?
I'll say those options to everyone.
Report.
Sure, you don't want to override.
Wait, was override an option?
Well, there's a schematic override,
Oh.
and there's scout return report.
Ah, no, schematic override.
Schematic override.
Okay. Okay, it is a plan for a machine designed to hold a person Everything's in some kind of bizarre trinary language you can't read.
But there's diagrams?
But it's got diagrams.
It has a diagram, yeah.
Yeah,
it
looks
looks like
very
some
much
kind
like
of
the-
yeah, like that thing up there.
This is a plan to make
Then
whatever.
the computer dies.
It's whatever is being made upstairs. That was the plan for.
Now it's gone.
I can remember it, but I don't understand it at all.
Why?
It was in that weird, not binary, but that weird language.
I mean, if it works on the same precepts as binary, you could just...
Well, no, it didn't. It didn't make sense because of the other factors in it. It was throwing the binary into some weird. It made no sense. I can read binary. It just didn't make sense. Yeah, I'll check one of the other consoles.
Okay, this one's going to need a roll.
37.
Yep, you can coax it online. You have a choice. Maps or Gefidgeted.
We want to go to the maps this time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maps. The computer dies. You want to try another one?
Yep.
Yeah, I need an IT roll.
It's amazing this place has so little power considering the lightning shooting floor.
Maybe that's
That's-
why it has so little power.
Yeah, maybe it's... That place is probably using up all the power. That's the important room.
It's the one you wanted.
Literally.
Is that technically one you can store again?
What's the one I wanted?
It's a one.
Oh.
What, so all the computers are destroyed now?
Yeah, that fratricides the whole bank here.
Because it's a banked crit.
That's
It doesn't
a
say-
20.
Again, it doesn't state whether it's a crit or a failure.
If it's a blue card, it'll be a 20, because why would you ever use a banked 1?
Yeah.
But it's a reroll.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
must
he could bank the
I
one
could
and
bank the
reroll
one
without
and
having
reroll.
to use the one.
No, I have to use the one before
At
the end of the
some
night.
point. Ah, okay. Interesting.
Well, I'll let you do it if you want.
Yep, which means
Alright.
I have to do it.
Reroll.
But it just means you have to use that one at some point.
Yep. 25.
Yeah, okay. By salvaging every other computer around it, ruining your chances of ever using them ever again, you get this one going.
Were
You have a choice.
the other ones operational though?
It would have required successively higher rolls for you to get them.
Alright.
You got a choice.
Yep.
Map or Gefidgeted.
Give it to do it.
Okay. You want override schematic or scout return report?
Scout return report.
Okay, so this has got a report. It's dated 2012, and it basically says we have located an empath. Humans have feelings. Humans also have numerous other things. Organs, bones, it's like biological list. These physical things can be attained by juicing the humans. Presumably, therefore, juicing a human that is an empath will enable us to gain the empathic ability of humans.
So, I'll explain. It says that they've found an empath and that they believe that they could become empathic themselves by juicing the human.
Juicing?
Juicing is the
We
term.
have to get them out of there!
I mean, I'm sure there's a spell or immune power lights you do that. I don't think you could just turn a human and put a human...
HubSpot's uncertain device.
You know what? You know what juicing is, right?
Yeah, I know exactly what it is.
We have to get her and her partner out of there quickly.
Especially
Suddenly, the purpose of that machine schematic clicks home.
Oh god,
Juicer. It's a juicer.
it's a juicer.
But it's not complete, so we've got time.
It's from the schematic. How far
Half.
away? It's about halfway to completion.
But it's not
Do you
being
underst-
worked on right now.
Do you understand what would be needed to finish it based on the schematic you know?
No, but I could. No.
I mean, did the schematic have pieces that weren't in that, for instance? If you know what I mean. That weren't in the real one. Were there pieces in what you remember of the schematic?
I could draw it.
Yeah, half of them.
But half
Yeah,
the
but
pieces.
do you know what they resemble? Or?
I
Like
know.
a big juicer.
But
Like a squishy bit and a pulper and some
that
Reynolds.
dial
Some
that
magic
switches
bullet.
between like frappe and
A dial that does effectively nothing.
On a speed setting.
Well, either way, we've got to get them out of there because one of them is going to be juiced, if not both. Probably both.
Probably both.
So this is this corner here with all the computers, right?
Yeah.
What are these other two paths
X's,
lead
or-
to?
I mean, how do you know? You haven't been down them.
I'll go down one.
Cool. Which one?
The one for like closest to the wall.
That was the north that one.
The north one.
Yeah, there's an active terminal at that one.
Does it seem the same as the other ones?
No, it seems in better condition. Not much better condition, but it seems in better condition.
Xander, do you want to try this one?
Is there another one down there?
Yeah, it seems like it's in better nick.
Alright, I'll make my way down there.
Okay, IT roll to get it going, or at least to bypass the password. requirement.
25.
That's more than enough. You can only retrieve this.
I have more system log data.
While you're reading that, the signs of the fight from the terminals previous. I'll just have a look. Like, what kind of fight? Okay, what looks like it did the damage?
Forensics roll.
I believe it's investigation.
I'll take that, but it'll be harder.
9.
It looks like some kind of energy blasts versus bullets.
Helpful bullets?
There's blood. Human blood. Or animal blood, maybe. It's a bit
It's
old.
not Chris's blood.
Looks like some crows built a forest. Oh my god! I can't believe.
I found some blood over here on these terminals.
no. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no! Oh my god!
Dude!
I'll walk back.
And I'll stay with Xander to provide light because the 1,000 lumens just left.
It's got a computer.
It's the computer screen. So it's just more operating system stuff. It seems to be mixability, when it's installed in the system, calibration of the manufacturing hardware. The schematic library slot limitation was removed. Security gating, reverse instructional access. Again, more data, and then in the end, it's still corruption war. Let's see the schematic stack overflow. It's like, without knowing what it's for, it's just garbage. And there's more of the extra binary stuff. We'll come back. So
Though, fortunately, everyone can look at the screen whenever you want.
Not that I could probably understand this.
I will investigate.
Investigate what?
Oh, yeah, so there was like blood and stuff.
Oh, okay, give me a forensics roll.
17.
It looks very much like someone with a gun was fighting robots. And it looks like they won.
Can I get a time frame?
Decades ago. The blood is like flaking, crusty.
Like someone rolled Dr.
The wear
Destructor.
marks on the bullet holes and such are consistent with the age of other exposed metals.
What caliber gun?
Looks like a 45.
So he was fucked.
The first state's the same as the last state, but I don't know if that's relevant.
If it's a bit difficult to read, did you want the text spec reader?
The what?
You put this over it, it makes it easy to read.
Oh, I can actually read
Does it
that.
actually?
Yes.
You want to say?
You've missed the Transformer days.
Yeah, the original ones had that thing, yeah. Yeah, but the first date in this computer file is 15th of March 1984, so it's the last date.
It's the same. It was the same as the other data as well. It was exactly the same.
No, the other data, the first
So
date
the-
was higher than this.
So,
No.
so the first date is actually, if you read the words beside it, it says last update.
Yeah.
So of course it's going to be the same.
And then they count
Then it
basically
goes back.
up from 1954.
Yes, so it explains that the latest update is the first thing it's telling you, and then it continues on.
What's down this other catwalk?
Oh, you're going down there, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get down there, and there's another twisted metal freeze into the wall. Like one of the construction arms has been melted onto it as well. There is a big metal block with a copper mesh sheet over it. More melted plastic on it, and a copper wire diagram on the floor.
Is it the same or different than the
It's different.
other? Okay.
It's different. It's not the exact same one.
But similar.
But it has the same thing where, like, I can't
Yeah.
memorize it.
There is a robot, an inactive robot on a humanoid one on its knees with its arms raised like this in front of the copper mesh covered table. It appears to have been damaged by some kind of energy blast. It is also riddled with bullet holes. Though of a different caliber than the ones over there.
I found another one of these weird robot rituals.
Did you try saying the name?
Destructo.
Tempered by the industry of war, his iron will remains steadfast through the passage that preys upon the weak. He set forth without pity, and he hunted the slaves of soulless orthodoxy with barbarous cruelty, unbreakable, incorruptible, unyielding. None could stand before the Horde but the Destroyer.
Probably want that one.
Keep an eye out for any, like, key cards or other things that happen.
Nope.
I'm sort of pootling along with the gamer wherever he is.
I would have gone back to the where everyone was, and
Find anything in there?
I thought I initially found a pattern, but no. The first two occurred at 20 and the next one occurred at 40. But then
Double
and 42,
feedback.
and then it just kind of seemed to be random, so...
Okay.
Further down then.
yeah, I'm more concerned about we need to actually. It's like we've got to get them out. I don't know how we're going to get them out there. Going down isn't actually solving anything at the moment.
If we find a generator or something and can turn it off,
Cutting power to this facility is a terrible idea. While
well,
we're
maybe
still
we
in
could
it.
dial it down so we're not going to get shocked.
Yeah.
Or divert power to a different
I'm thinking
area.
divert, if you could divert it to a different system without them noticing, something that would use the same amount of power.
Why can't we build something just to divert the power from that place? Put it into the walls, maybe.
Probably. We could do something about the electricity. Probably not the turrets, though.
Yeah, but the turrets run on the electricity. If we take the electricity out of the room, there are no turrets in it.
Manufactured.
Well, if we want to go down, we go down.
Careful, there's something down there.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about this juicer.
Yes. But we haven't heard any noise from the communicator Black Knight left up there, and until they complete that machine, they should be okay.
Yeah, but what if they have something that blocks communication? What
Then
if,
he'll sense that there's no signal, right?
Yeah, or it gets static. Or no signal instead of...
I mean, I imagine if we go down far enough, it's gonna, especially with all these layers of concrete and metal, it's eventually gonna mask it, but...
Problem will come.
Brain farting. It's the user ID thing. User ID issue TT.x. There's something there, I can't work it out.
Onwards and downwards.
Well, you arrive at a giant big open space with numerous assembly rigs in it. Only one of which in your immediate area seems to be remotely maintained and in use.
Is it currently in use?
There is currently a machine standing in it, attached to it, although it's not currently being worked on. And that has some denting and damage to it. It is an older model Sentry robot, but it looks made out of newer materials.
Would it look like it was being assembled or perhaps repaired, based on, you said it had,
Probably repaired.
yeah, the damage in it?
It almost feels like this place is making more, but using the old designs.
Yeah.
Something is.
Well, something seems to have happened. All of the logs seem to end in 85-ish, 86, around there. Something seems to have happened.
If the fight happened then, and Maximilian took over then, he wouldn't be able to improve on Destructo's designs the same way that he can. So he might be stuck using the older models.
But with new material, maybe
He could
that's
establish
his
new materials.
Maybe materials was his area of expertise.
It's
Okay, so why did it switch from humanoid robots to animal ones?
And then there's still the robot Satan.
Because it
robots.
only had access to animals in the vicinity?
The report that Brother Deer came up with said that the scouts were looking for human empaths, though, so they would have access to humans.
It didn't say they were looking for human empaths. It said they found one.
Good point. Fine distinction.
And Miranda being here, we were told by K8 that she brought Xander here to bring us here to deal with Maximilian. Miranda being here was just a coincidence.
But they were both on the same plane.
Flying right over...
Really happy coincidence there.
Yeah, flying right over this zone.
It was brought over this zone because Diablo crashed into it.
So, coincidentally, the bad guys got what they wanted, and so did the other bad guys? I'm not buying this whole K8 thing. I mean, why bring you all here to settle this when Dr. Destructo could have just sent fucking Diablo?
Maybe it's because Diablo's a robot.
Yes, I was going to say maybe Diablo's at risk for being reprogrammed or something, whereas a humanoid can't be.
Why would K8 be here then?
A robot devil? We are dealing with like
When
satanic imagery and stuff. Maybe they are involved here.
Well, K8 was here to protect.
And K8's only on loan, is what she said. She may be struck differently.
Actually, that might make sense.
So Dr. Destructo borrowed someone else's robot?
Or
Why would he ever need to do that?
Or he improved on someone else's framework.
She does
It
seem
doesn't-
different to the other ones I've seen.
It doesn't put his own key robots at risk if he's not using them. Also, if somebody hacks one of his robots, they might get vital information, whereas if they hack one he's borrowing, it won't have anything to do with where he
Wait.
is, his other plans.
Can you hack one of his robots? Can you hack one of his robots?
I've never tried.
If anybody could do it, it'd be
Well, there's
somebody...
one.
I mean, what do we know about Maximilian?
Okay, he is very rich
Not Sternbach, the one who's...
in nothing.
So how do we know that
be-
Maximilian's even human?
He could be a robot, he could be a person.
He could be an AI.
So many questions.
Who's controlling the robots in here and making them do things and build things?
Look,
Automation.
I'm not happy about any of this. There's humans in a tank. There's a big, huge base full of deathmobiles, and none of them are trying to kill us.
Well, one of them did.
Because
you hit the
we
button.
went into the shiny candy button room.
That was your plan, by the way.
That I'm owning that though. I mean, you know,
That might not have anything directly to do with this, aside from we might have just unleashed a security robot.
No,
A
that
security
seems to have
robot
been
that
the
only
case.
comes out if you go into its room. That's... No one finds that weird?
There
An
must be
eternal-
some...
an
A room
eternal
that is
security
accessed by
robot.
pressing one big red button.
Like, human bait. That was a trap, right? Clearly?
Yeah.
It wanted our organs.
Well, that was the main place...
Can't have my organs. It's where I keep my delicious nutrients.
I mean, that seemed to be the main place where these security robots were manufactured, so you don't want people getting in there to destroy your own security robots being built, because then they can't be built and stop you, right?
Who has a security robot that humans will go into the room of that shoots explosive shells in a room filled with things that are only going to intensify that explosion?
Someone's
Unless
trying
it's
to
a trap.
Well, it fired outside of that room, and
Only because we didn't go in.
It would have fired inside.
possibly.
It kept firing even when it was this big, so...
Robot, do it. Endanger us all for a little gain.
Hack the planet!
You take 2 Lillard damage.
Zoinks!
That makes you immediately susceptible to unconscious and death for anything that might happen, even good things. Like healing effects,
Just make sure you use a healing.
walking, breathing, skill checks, anything.
But 14 and
Toughness
cooking
checks.
that.
Toast. So yeah, okay, so what are you guys doing?
He's hacking the robot.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
How are you doing that?
exactly. That's why I'm looking for an interface, if there was one, but there isn't, because
They
the
don't tend to build them into robots.
exactly, and the robot's not hooked up to anything. It's not tethered.
You absolutely should not use that Tron form.
I don't have Tron with me.
Good.
No, he doesn't.
No, he shouldn't use it. That's
Well,
dangerous.
What about controls on
Yeah.
the
I mean,
thing
what
it's
if you went in
secured
there
to?
and then it shut down?
Actually, I don't see any controls. But then again, if this facility is designed to be used by robots, why would it have a human interface?
No, or it'd be all
Wait, why
automation.
are there terminals everywhere then?
The humans would have used this, well, unless the robots are using it.
No, but the robots will just link up.
Yeah, I mean, they can do that, right? that filthy disease linking.
Unless the terminals are all intentionally misleading for any humans who might come down here.
Or
The maps haven't been.
Or the smart ones can't link up because they have to be isolated to prevent whatever the thing that happened here happened.
Like a
so
virus?
they would need a terminal.
It could be a virus, you're thinking? It would spread amongst them if they link
I don't
up.
really know computers that well.
But that,
Everyone looks at you.
that sounds logical. If you want to separate systems and also hide data from others, you separate the system like this. Only have access to certain computers, and only give permission to certain robots. So if anything goes wrong, you can isolate that robot from the group.
So we still have to search this big ass room.
Or just go further down. Again.
If we do like a cursory like look around the room, is it just like this? It's just like fucked up robots
There's
and fucked up.
lots of partially built things. You see, as you explore out into the room, you see some gantries have been partially disassembled.
Yeah.
Like parts have been taken out over time. There's one fully constructed, vaguely humanoid body that's made out of like inferior quality materials that's like been wedged into one, and like its internals are gone, but it's like distinctive. It's really different. Has a like a trapezoidal head with just like one big slit in it. Like the arms are actually like three multi-jointed arms that face in different directions, each but sort of slot together into one omni arm on each side. It has like just these little fins from the knees down with like other ones out to the side instead of feet.
You also have to be careful. If we go down too far, the air could start getting very thin down here. It'll be
That's
fine for Black Knight, but
And that's another thing, I'm not having trouble breathing and it doesn't smell too foul.
Well, do you want me to access this robot if I can? I have to build myself an interface again.
Am I mental, or does that stairwell over there have light coming from it?
Does it?
Like it's no, I mean it does have a soft blue glow.
No, I mean like that. So it does have a. It does.
And
No, it does.
was it always like that?
No, I don't know. Hang on. No. The blue glow is getting brighter.
It does
Or closer.
sound like something's coming.
Yes.
Something's coming.
I will step into one of these like things and just like wait.
I'll hide behind some like busted robots that are.
Yep, down behind one of the big frames.
Also, I guess hiding
Well,
behind
I'll drop the
robot
temperature
debris.
around us in case it's got heat sensors.
Oh no, it's fucked us so many times.
Well, I mean, it's got to pay off at some point, right?
Okay.
Turrets come down. Shoot the fucking cold spots.
Okay, so where are you all hiding? You just stepped into a frame.
You said there are numerous robots and stuff around. Just be hiding behind one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hiding
You guys can just
Robot
like prone, I guess.
yeah.
Okay.
I'd probably have to.
So the blue glow resolves as it gets closer. It's just this little heart-shaped blue emitter, and it sort of walks into the room, comes over to your thing, and says, "Begin disassemble our inferior robot." Beep boop. Beep 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 beep. Computer communicate. Beep 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 beep.
Beep boop.
Report the mission status. Great success.
Oh.
Set up.
Oh,
From behind.
it's just a K8.
Well, we're making our way through the facility.
Very
Oh,
bad.
okay.
It wants to juice Miranda.
Ah. Oh, syntax error. Improper verbiage.
It
Juice.
wants to put Miranda in a blender.
To reduce to a liquid.
Illogical.
To take the empath powers.
It goes.
Oh wow! I've
Fucking
now seen a robot face palm.
Maximilian Bad. Destroy.
Yes, what is he?
Preserve facility such as is.
What is he? I mean,
Robot.
what does he look like?
Is he an autonomous robot or is he
Independent
computer.
decision making capability.
in a?
Low grade. Inferior. Best robot.
Can he move about or is he stuck in some kind of?
Is he in the system?
Have no knowledge.
We weren't able to free the people we came here for.
Bad human. Do bad good.
But then we kept getting electrocuted.
Insulate.
We need to cut off the power, we think.
Commander sector.
And where's that?
Which is where we're going.
Sounds like it might be where Maximilian might be.
You didn't find him, obviously.
Cannot go beneath floor below.
Oh, what's stopping you?
Direct orders.
Robot Satan.
Directive 4.
Ah,
Do you have to stop us if we attempt to go below that floor?
Here.
One other thing. What was with the, explain the first robot Satan room we encountered?
It does that.
About the same as us then.
Great creator of all superior robot, Dr. Distracto, is two robot like your god.
Yes, we understand.
Divine creator of all life that is worth being alive.
oh god, it's
So
got
who is this
religion.
devil?
You are human, kind, messy, corrupt, weak.
He is also human.
It is divine contradiction. So believed by Alta Frieza. Maximilian insane. Normal robot not believe. Cannot interface or become corrupt.
Which is why Diablo or someone didn't come in. They got us.
Diablo can be infected. Hell series robot superior. The anti-cyber warfare. Immune. Just tiny.
So why didn't Diablo come and stop Maximilian then?
Because you should poke you on the tip of your nose.
Also, he's probably having fun fighting Ultra Girl.
It will take few hours to beat her.
Would he be affected by Directive 4 going down?
Hey, what am I, Kreskin?
Beating her is the problem. You have to deal with what comes next.
Hey,
I'd rather him not beat Ultra Girl.
Unlikely he kills her.
I'd rather he didn't.
Probably a very long stalemate.
the eunuch should not brag about chastity.
So we're going down, right?
Yeah. Do you have maps for the rest of the facility?
Hey,
Can you share them with us?
she'll pull a cord out. Ah.
Oh.
Inferior technology.
One of the terminals over there we got maps from still works.
Ah, that's a good idea. I
No,
connect to terminal
don't.
filled with evil virus of corruption.
Ah, so
and
it
become
is.
insane robot. Smarter thinking.
Surely he could isolate
This
it
is
from-
why robot brain, meat brain soft.
I could build something, but because, as I said, I don't understand the extra
Well,
part
I have
of
all
it.
these plastic things. Could you, she'll spend like 5 minutes printing maps for you.
It's the best.
For now.
Well, until I kill her at the end of the. Well, you can't kill a robot.
Well,
But
you sure can try.
she's Sandra's robo waifu.
You can. You can.
A raifu?
Raifu. This is my raifu. This is
Here you go.
7.
She's adorable. She
What
has
What were we up
perverts
to? We
and
were up to
everything.
6, so this is next.
Commander level.
So what's this circle in the middle?
Elevator.
Ah,
Descendo central core. Reactor.
and these 3 X's
Mark the spot.
of...
Terminal.
Did you want to find out more information from these?
Well, we have to go down the next floor.
Security. Highly active. Very damaged.
In this sector?
Lot of missing part.
We've noticed that throughout the facility.
You tapping him?
Ding, 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 ding.
Is she tapping on the suit?
She's looking for a weak spot.
Many weak spot. Joint, jet vent, grapple launcher, current system, eye socket, other eye socket, sensor array,
Operator.
neck joint, meat brain.
There we go.
Not important.
And down we go.
Before we do, would you be able to go up a couple of levels and make sure nothing bad happens to Miranda and her friend in the...
I guess you'll head to the stairs. It will head to the stairs.
She's innocent.
Creepy, weird, half black, half white freak.
He's adorable.
That's wrong.
Don't be mean to her.
Her
She's
black
helped us
half is
overlook.
on the wrong side.
Oh, you're just getting too embroiled in that great episode.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Nerds.
Besides, we need to solve this before River runs out of snacks.
Yeah, running low on juice.
You want juice? I have juice.
That's a grenade.
Well, looking forward to blowing that thing up. Dr. Destructo bad.
Oh, but that robot's nice.
Because it wants you to do something. You think you're walking out of here without a fight?
Well, you said it put healing goo on Xander's head, so it
Yeah,
may have
Xander.
saved his life.
Yeah, it's really weird. Why would you save the life of something you needed?
Also, why would we come here if Xander died during the crash? River can just teleport out.
Yeah, sure she can.
Down here?
Once, maybe.
Oh well, shall we proceed with caution?
Yes, onwards into the doom zone. The creepy robots have made a god out of a cackling idiot on a TV.
It doesn't really seem like the usual deity fear. The giggles and the...
I don't think Dr. Destructo is necessarily evil. He's just crazy.
Or he's
Yeah.
smarter than all of us.
Well, I mean, he has blown up large parts of it.
I'm more concerned that he didn't program them to think he's
Remember
a god.
when half of London went up in an inferno of robot fire? The act of an evil man.
Well, I mean, remember how she just phrased it. She didn't say he programmed them to think that.
I've
a
let
god.
off
He said,
thermonuclear devices in cities. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm in.
That's
What?
pretty bad.
There's no
Also,
choice
you haven't
sometimes.
done that yet. And by yet, I mean, please don't do that.
The point of doing things twice is to avoid mistakes like that.
I was just making the point that she said that the robots think he's a god, not that he programmed them to think they're.
No, Maximilian thinks he's a god.
And he's got corrupted.
So that's why the space is like this. Huh. Which means that it has melted other robots into those things as some sort of fucked up sacrifice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to pray for the savior to return.
Yeah, and you thought our organic religion was bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That, or if he
Maybe
thinks,
I shouldn't go.
You started.
You think there's a chance that you might actually become
Infected.
convicted or affected?
I mean,
How much if you was machine?
not much.
More than she likes.
Yeah, but she's
an amount.
machine. She's not computer, right? There's a difference.
I mean, it's in my brain a bit,
That's
so...
not really how Krell metal works.
I
I was
definitely
thinking
think-
somebody with like a prosthetic arm, for instance.
It's a completely different thing.
But it
Yeah,
was-
than a person who's like an android or a cyborg.
But it's not just a prosthetic arm.
It's
No,
aware.
I'm just saying.
I can't explain it. I mean, I can, but it will take all day, and that's not why we're here.
I definitely think you shouldn't come in. I don't think we could take you in a fight.
Sure you could.
I'd say err on the side
not
of
with your
Just shoot here.
Yeah, but we're
ability.
not going to want to, especially Xander.
There's finite power.
Let's just err on the side of caution. And
Yeah, I think I'll stay here. Unless you really, 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 really need me to come.
Yeah, no.
no,
Unless you
you,
wanna keep
you can
it-
just get ready. If we come running back up those stairs screaming, you can throw grenades down.
Good point.
Bye, good luck. Oh, where should go?
Okay. The brave heroes march down the stairs into the command area. And there's not an inch of this this warehouse-sized cavernous enclosure that isn't fucked up. He's baked robots on every wall, floor, and ceiling surface.
Oh.
Channels of hydraulic fluid and oils run through the floor to a large, big central altar where robots have been cobbled together into a big image of Dr. Destructo.
This place gets worse with every floor.
And they're moving and aware.
Stuff. Light control.
Okay.
Just illuminating it so people can see all the grotesque detail.
Springs
Oh.
out.
I'm guessing they just follow any heads or eyes, just follow us as we move.
No, they're,
No?
they're not capable of that
Be-
much control.
Beyond that,
Yep. There are several doors, all with very complicated computer panel, like computer terminals set into them for access. There's like one to the north, and then there's like an angled wall on it. Well, you've got the map. You see the doors.
Well, this is unsettling and a little queasy.
The elevator circle is actually just a slightly dipped circular area with no visible forms of control.
At least it isn't people.
Wait. That's it, isn't it? He wants to spread this to people, right?
Yeah.
The empath thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can think of that or one other reason. If he views Destructo as a god, he might try to become the god's opposite, the devil.
I mean, if you've got not just machines following you, but organics as well.
So an empath would be an antenna to do that.
It'd be like the bridges the gap between organic and robotic synthetic, basically.
That's an odd way to use Miranda's powers, though.
That's one thing I've never asked and really should have. What are her powers?
Well, she managed to make me want to be with her by touching me. So,
Yeah, I know, and she used it on me, and she said it was really shouldn't have done that. Which what?
I have to wonder what the look on River's face is.
She's not in this room.
True, yes.
This is
Good
me
thing.
doing this.
Yeah. That's right, she's still up there, so.
The simplest way to
cooking
explain
is
it
so fun.
is that she has sex powers.
Oh,
So, the way she convinces you to do things is by making you want to have sex with her. Which is why it's really bad that she used her powers on you.
yeah, I fully understand that
To
now.
be fair, it was the only way to stop you just walking the fuck out.
Oh,
That's pretty fucked up. The power, anyway.
You can't help what power you get.
no, you can't.
That kind of makes sense.
But that what?
No, from the perspective of if what my understanding of this is. I mean, part of it's to do with science fiction and what you've told me.
We are
But-
literally standing in a robot hell.
Science
Yeah.
fiction is always 100% true,
Oh, okay.
based off real science.
True fact, look it up.
But that's the kind of thing that would be really good at spreading.
What about the other
No.
guy, though? The bald one.
Yes, the other agent. What's his power?
He could be the
Do I know
empath.
Agent 47's power?
Oh, he is he's basically a master of disguise. He can perfectly disguise himself as anything except he has to keep the same face and head.
That's what's Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Is it a mental power or a physical?
There's only one way to stop Labor's taxes.
Kill them.